Hello guys, welcome back or welcome. I'm going to be talking about all the movies and TV shows that I watched in May. You may notice I'm wearing and sitting in the same spot as April, and that's because I took a month to record April's because I was doing finals, so forgive me for that, but I'm recording them at the same time. Okay, first movie I watched was Moonshot. This is a shitty thumbs down movie with Cole Sprouse. Yeah, Cole Sprouse and Lana Condor. And it's about them. It's about a lot, but it's mostly about them going to Mars, okay? And there's this like Elon Musk type character, and it's such a mess. I'm tired of these stupid space movies. It's so boring. I'm so sorry, but please stop putting Lana Condor in movies. She cannot act. She has absolutely no screen presence. She puts me to sleep every time she speaks. That being said, she was better in this than she was in To All the Boys I've Loved Before. So, that's something. But I do not recommend this movie to my worst enemy. Actually, it wasn't that bad. It was just so incredibly nothing. Then I watched Secret Window. Thumbs up. I felt like it was a good adaptation of the short story Secret Window, Secret Garden by Stephen King, which I have read before. I feel like it was probably as good of an adaptation as they could do. Everyone's really good in it, especially the guy. I don't want to give any spoilers, which is difficult. Just watch it if you're into kind of like horror movies that aren't horror movies. If you're into kind of slow crawling suspense, very like mundane suspense, if you're into that kind of stuff, then watch it, which I am. So I enjoyed it. A Series of Unfortunate Events. This is my first time watching it in probably a few years. I really liked the movie adaptation. I know a lot of people didn't. I felt like it was a good way to do the series, like the book series, in a way that like if they knew they were never getting another movie, might as well just like put in a lot. It's like the first 3 books in the one movie, and so they kind of like changed the order of things, obviously. Thumbs up. I really, really like it. I honestly think it's a really fucking good movie, and I think that the tone is like perfect, and the cinematography is wonderful, and I just think that there's so much to like about it. Jim Carrey is spectacular. Every actor is really, really good in it. And I just overall really like it. I think it doesn't get enough credit. And so, yeah, definite thumbs up. Then I watched Rhapsody Street Kids Believe in Santa. I like that transition. Thumbs down, obviously. I watched this movie to laugh at it. And it's something. It's a good, bad movie. I recommend it to watch if you like shitty movies. The whole thing is like 30 minutes. It's free on YouTube. And just the animation alone makes me laugh. So if you're into like shitty movies, then I'd watch it. Then I watched The Room again. I first saw The Room when I was in 9th grade, so that was, oh my god, that was like almost 8 years ago. And you know, it was fun to laugh at. I listened to it with a commentary track of 2 guys that had never seen it before, so that was like fun. That's why I watched it, because I wanted to like, you know, see people's reactions to their first time watching it. I think that that's fun. But it's definitely a movie I would not watch by myself or with people that already seen it before. It's gotten really tired at this point. Then I watched Okja. I was kind of disappointed because it's by Bong Joon-ho. Sorry, my phone's about to die, so I'm gonna bring it with me. It's by Bong Joon-ho, who did Parasite, and you know, he also did Snowpiercer, which I love the Snowpiercer movie. I think it's wonderful. But you know, I was expecting a lot more because of that, and I feel like the concept is really unique, obviously, but just don't think it's as special as people made it out to be. There were some scenes that were good, especially this there's this one chase scene, and there's umbrellas. That's all I'm gonna say. But that scene was really good. But and the CGI was really good too. It felt like they were actually in the same room as the creature. But I just think that like a lot of the kind of like anti-meat industry messaging was really good at first, and then it got really heavy-handed very quickly towards the end. Um, but I just think that it's one of those things that it's good, but I don't know if it's like rewatchable. It's just a good concept. Tilda Swinton is great in it. Tilda Swinton's gotta stop playing her own sister and stuff. Why do they keep doing that? I feel like at this point it's just like a running gag. But it was good. Like thumbs up. Don't get me wrong. It was a good movie, but it wasn't spectacular like I had heard it was. So it was honestly really disappointing. Then 'Twas the Night. I don't know why I was on a Christmas kick. This was May. Probably finals. Finals. I want something lighthearted, something with levity. Um, it was horrible. Thumbs down. I think I fell asleep watching it. That's how boring it was. Sorry if this is like one of your favorite Christmas movies or something, but it is just not for me. Then I watched Food Fight. Thumbs down, obviously. This is just another like so bad it's good movie that I wanted to watch. I honestly didn't feel like it was interesting enough to be so bad it's good though. I think it was just bad, which is disappointing because I wanted to be like Rap City Street Kids, where I was like laughing the whole time. But it was fun to watch for the one time, but it's definitely not one I'd watch again. Whereas I feel like I'd actually watch Rap City Street Kids again. It may become like a Christmas tradition for me. Uh, then Fantastic Four or Fan Four Stick, you know that one. When did it come out? 2013, 14, 15, around then. I've seen this before. I hadn't seen it since I saw it in theaters. Um, I actually got good ideas for uh, a way that you could do a Fantastic Four spinoff while watching this movie, and I think I'm going to make a video out of that, out of an audio recording I sent to my family um, with those ideas. But I'm so fucking tired of this. I can't. I don't know why I rewatched it. I think I just wanted to see if it was as bad as I remember. So I grew up reading the Fantastic Four comics, and I was like a really big fan, especially of like the ones where it's like the beginning, like them as kids and like the origins. I was really into like the origin comics. I liked their dynamics. I liked the environment, and then no media has ever been able to like successfully do them, and it's really really disappointing to me. And it's like every bad piece is like a stab to my heart. And I remember watching it in theaters, and I think it was the first movie I ever walked out of the theaters knowing it was bad. Like I was actually really angry walking out of the theaters, and it wasn't as bad as I remembered it to be, but that may just be because I had made it out in my mind to be like one of the worst things in the world. But it's like you can tell in the beginning that they had some semblance of like a desire to make a good movie, and then they were so short on like budget and time that the last 30 minutes are the most ridiculous shit, and it's so rushed. And I honestly wish they would have just taken the loss and scrapped the whole movie at that point, because obviously no one likes it and no one was proud of the work that they did. Sorry, got a little angry there. Then I watched Green Lantern because I was like, I'm gonna watch another bad superhero movie. We'll compare them. Thumbs down, obviously. I feel like Green Lantern's biggest detriment is the fact that it's boring. I don't care about any of the characters. I don't care about, and granted, it already has the detriment of being Green Lantern, and I'm not interested in Green Lantern. I kind of think it's a stupid concept. I say after being like, I love the Fantastic Four, the Thing, haha. But I mean, Ryan Reynolds is hot in it. What else is new? I think I'm glad it exists because he met Blake Lively and they're a wonderful couple, and I think that that's great. Um, it also produced one of my favorite like screenshots of a piece of media, which is Green Lantern holding, um, God, I don't know guns. What's it called? The one with like all the rounds, and it's like a circle. You know, one of the automatic weapons. I'll remember. I'll remember and I'll put it on the screen right now. I'll put that screen grab. But it's so ridiculous. And it's so stupid. Um and it's a horrible movie. I don't know whether I'd rather watch Green Lantern or the Fantastic Four again. I think the Fantastic Four again because honestly the Green Lantern is there's so much more going on, but I'm so much more bored. That being said, beautiful people to look at. Blake Lively, Taika Waititi, Ryan Reynolds. There's attractive people in it, but that's pretty much all it's got going for it. Cry_wolf. Surprisingly good. Thumbs up. It was surprisingly like a really fun, somewhat cheesy, obviously, horror movie that I didn't feel like aged that bad for a movie that's relying on like AIM and like the instant messaging website, which I did not use. I like barely missed it, but I feel like it didn't age that bad, because you have to think of it in like terms of like it's like a movie where it's like, oh, the internet, like let's make a whole movie about like Facebook Messenger, and it's like it could be cringy, especially in the future, so fast because that stuff like ages out of it so quickly. But I feel like if anything, time actually did it a favor because now it isn't so like fresh, and I don't feel like they incorporated it enough into the story for it to be cringy. I thought it was just a good like teen, like fun grabbing popcorn and watching a movie with friends, to kind of like get scared. And so I definitely watch it again, like especially during a sleepover. I think that it was fun. Then I watched What We Do in the Shadows, the movie, again. And I will probably watch it again this month in June. Because just like the show, I can't stop. Taika Waititi properties have ruined my brain. I have brain rot. And I'd like to simultaneously thank him, and also I'd like my money back. Okay. Then I watched Ghost Ship, which, like Cry Wolf, was another like movie expected to be shitty, but turned out to actually be good. Thumbs up. I mean, good is a strong word. Is it a good movie? Probably not. Is it incredibly entertaining? Yeah, the opening sequence is good, and then the rest of the movie is just like fun. It's another movie that I'd want to like show to people, especially at a sleepover. And I will probably do just that because I'm sleeping over with my friend tomorrow, and I will ask her if she wants to watch one of those movies. Then I watched The Adam Project again. This time I was showing it to my parents. You can tell I'm on a Ryan Reynolds and Taika Waititi kick right now. And it wasn't as good the second time I watched it. It's still a thumbs up. I still feel like it's a really good, like, sci-fi, superhero-esque movie where the action scenes are actually, you can tell what's going on. I think they're actually good and well choreographed. And overall, I really like. However, I don't know if it was just because I had seen it not long ago, or is because I was watching it with people, or I wasn't like with my headphones on, cued in, like looking at my laptop screen that was right in front of me. But I just wasn't as emotionally invested this time. Like the first time it really hit me and I like cried multiple times watching it. And then this time I just didn't really feel like any emotional weight, and I don't know why that was. I can't tell if it's like the movie or just I wasn't in the right atmosphere. Then I watched Free Guy, thumbs down. Oh my god, this movie never fucking ends. It is so, it overstays its welcome so much. At first the concept's fun, and then it very, very quickly becomes cringy, and it really sucks because it's a movie that's filled with great actors and obviously a great like budget. Um and it's just horrible. It is the only piece of media I've ever seen where again, Ryan Reynolds, Taika Waititi, it's the only piece of media I've ever seen where Taika Waititi is not a good actor. I don't know what happened. I need to have a talk with the director because I don't know what the fuck he told him to do, but horrible. Every single time he spoke, I was like cringing. I was like, oh, but costume department, he looked hot. Thank you for that. Ryan Reynolds is fine. He's good in it. He gives his all to like every role. He's probably the only enjoyable part of the movie. Joe Keery's in it. I love Joe Keery. I love his music. I'm a big fan of Joe. However, he usually makes me like every role. This is one of those movies that's like Ryan Reynolds, Taika Waititi, Joe Keery. Whenever they're on screen, I'm just like happy. You know, they captivate the screen for me. I think that they're really fun. I'm like hanging on every word. And none of them did that for me in this movie. And it was so frustrating. It was like, I don't know who was like, you know, who was really like directing their line readings, but it just was not, they were not harnessing their natural born charisma. Then shows, I watched What We Do in the Shadows seasons 1 through 3 again, 2 times last month. And it'll be another time this month because I'm halfway through rewatching. I've seen the show so many damn times because it's my favorite show of all time. Season 4 comes out really soon, and then I just found out today that it got renewed for season 5 and 6, and I am elated. I think that everyone in that show is ridiculously hot, ridiculously talented, and ridiculously captivating. Special shout out to Harvey. I know how to spell his name, but I don't think I've ever heard someone pronounce it, which is difficult. But Harvey Guillen or Gillian or Guyan, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm sorry, but he is wonderful. I follow him on, you know, like Instagram and stuff, and he's just so sweet, and I love like keeping up with him, and I think that he's like such a spectacular actor, and I'm glad that he's like getting so many roles and stuff now. And then like Kivia Novak is possibly like one of the hottest men alive, and he's also one of the most talented, and it's just great. And I love, oh my god, I love every character in that show. I think every actor is so spectacular. I think the jokes per minute is so ridiculously high. And it just, that show just scratches an itch that I never knew was there. I mean, openly queer, everyone is queer vampires. God bless. Wonderful. Then I watched Bridgerton season 2. I fucking hated Bridgerton season 1. Bridgerton season 2, I'm gonna go ahead and give a thumbs up. I feel like they fixed the tone issue. I feel like the acting was way better. They fixed the Anthony issue. I fucking hated Anthony last season. I love the fact that Daphne and Simon were not in it pretty much at all, because I hated their romance. There's a lot of stuff to like in this season, especially if you are a Bridgerton fan. I feel like for me, it's just still missing a lot, and I hate all the queer baiting the show does. It really pisses me off. But overall, you know, I do feel like it successfully managed like tension between Anthony and Kate. I felt like, you know, there was a lot of times I was screaming at the screen. I was like, yes! And I felt like it captured, you know, what we get kind of like with Elizabeth Bennet and Darcy and stuff like that, that like, I hate that I really love you and all that. And so it's like, if you're into that, if you like season 1 and haven't seen season 2, I would say definitely watch season 2. That being said, would I recommend it to someone? No. But would I have a conversation about it with someone? I'd love to. None of my friends have watched it though, and it's driving me crazy. Then I watched Our Flag Means Death again. This was my that right then was my second rewatch. And every single time I rewatched it, I have loved it more and more and noticed more and more things. And I don't know how many more times I'll watch it before season 2 comes out. But I have a feeling it's going to be probably close to 10 more times. I'm mentally ill, I have brain rot, and I'll never forgive Taika Waititi or Rhys Darby or David Jenkins or anyone else involved in the show for that anytime soon. Then I watched Barry. I'm watching season 3 right now. We only have 1 episode left and I'm dying. I fucking love the show. Thumbs up. It's a show that's like, I can't describe why I like it so much. I mean, obviously, like, Bill Hader really, really, really disappears into the role. I think that through this show alone, he has proved that I never really thought Bill Hader was that good of an actor. Like, I think that he always has great stage presence, but I always just saw him as, like, he's playing himself. But he disappears so far into this role that he honestly, like, and he has such range in it that he's proved to me to be like one of the best actors alive currently, just in this one role. That's how good it is. And I don't even feel like the show is particularly that funny. Like, I laugh maybe like 4 times an episode, which is still something. But like for a comedy, it's more of like a dramedy, but I don't think it's that much. But there's just something really addictive about this show. Like, I get really, really excited for Barry Night. I have like an alarm set and I watch it as soon as it premieres, and it's just really fun. It's like a small active community on Twitter, but I always get really excited, like going through the Barry hashtag and seeing, what other people's reactions and stuff are. Especially that last episode. Season 3, episode 7 was... Jeez, so if you haven't seen Barry, listen to me. Watch Barry. Then I watched episode 1 of The Nevers. I expected to watch more, and I hated it. Thumbs down. It was so boring. It was so cringy. I want a Victorian superhero show that's good. Give me a Victorian superhero or magic-related show that's good. Give it to me. I don't even want to talk about it. I can barely even remember. I, like, wanted to die the entire episode. I think I may have turned it off, like, halfway through. It was just, don't waste your time. Do not watch it. Do not watch it. Do not come.
Do not come. Do not come.
Then I watched Good Omens. Overall, thumbs up. It has, like, the Neil Gaiman charm, the pacing, the little, like, hidden things, and... I love it. I love the atmosphere that Neil Gaiman creates. It gave me very similar, like, guttural feelings as, like, the Graveyard Book. And that being said, I expected to like it a bit more than I did. But I am excited for season 2, and I'll be watching season 2. And as I said in my last video, if they do that weird queerbaiting thing where they're like, oh yeah, they're a couple, but we're never going to show anything to hint at that on screen, then I am going to... I was about to make a threat to either my life or the life of the creators, and I don't feel like that's appropriate. So I'm just going to say I will not be happy. Then I watched A Series of Unfortunate Events, the TV show, episode 1, and I was super disappointed. I felt like I really liked the movie, and I've heard so many good things about the show, like, oh, it's so much, like, more accurate to the books and all this stuff, but every single actor was so lackluster. I wasn't interested in any of the characters. I felt like the pacing was weird. I felt like the set design wasn't nearly as good. The cinematography wasn't nearly as good. It just was like the Walmart brand version of the movie. So I did not continue it. Then I watched Ferris Bueller, the TV show, episode 1. Also thumbs down. Again, Walmart brand version of the movie. That's all I'm going to even say about it. I don't even want to give it the time of day. It's just, it needs to go in forgotten history, which I feel like it's already headed that way, so I don't even want to remind you guys that it exists. Then I started Reservation Dogs. I haven't finished it yet. I do intend to finish season 1, and I will probably be watching season 2. It's more of a show to me that, like, is good if you just, like, want to sit down and watch, like, a TV show, but I don't feel like there's anything particularly that special about it. I think that it's great that, like, it provides, like, an acting job and, like, a lead acting job to so many, like, Native American actors. However, and I do like, obviously that it is like representing reservation life and such, but I just think that it's kind of lackluster. I like all the characters, but I'm not super invested in any of them. I feel like the comedy's fine, but none of it's particularly that funny. It's just one of those shows that it's good, but it's not like, it doesn't wow me. And that's pretty much it. Then I watched Our Flag Means Death again, and I feel like I've said my thoughts on that. I just need to note that I watched it again. Then I watched The Great again. Well, not the entire thing. I'm almost done with season 1. I've been showing my parents The Great. And it is indeed still great. Then I showed my parents the first episode of The Dropout, just because I felt like it was really good. And I feel like we would continue it if we weren't also watching so many other shows. So we'll probably get to it eventually. Then I watched Newark. I couldn't find where to watch episode 2 in America, but I managed to watch episode 1 and 3. So obviously I missed a little bit. But it's still like a 3-part show. I really hope it gets renewed. It's done by Nathan Fode, who is Lucius in Our Flag Means Death. It was created by him, written by him, and he has a role in episode 3. And it's really cute and funny, and I'm such a sucker for like British comedy series. I think that like the sense of humor is just kind of very similar to my sense of humor, and I like the pacing. I like how there's a certain level of like subtlety to it. And yeah, I would watch it if you're able to, especially, if you aren't in America. If you live in England, it should be pretty easy to watch it. They're still doing reruns on TV and stuff. So, yeah, I would definitely give it a shot. It's only like an hour and 30 minutes for like the entire show. So, yeah, just like give it a try. Then I watched the first episode of Peep Show. I've been meaning to watch it, and I will go back and watch it. But right now, there's other things that are like higher priority on my list. It's a thumbs up. I know it's like a cult classic at this point. Especially to the British, and I will get to it eventually. But for now, from what I've seen, it's a thumbs up. But I also know that like it's kind of tepid right now for me. But that's also just because I watched the pilot, and like the pilot is always gonna make you feel a little tepid. So I will give more opinions when I watch more of it. Then I watched Miracle Workers 2 times, kind of. So I watched season 1. Which thumbs up. Season 2, which thumbs up, but not as big of a thumbs up. And then I'm on season 3 right now. Thumbs up. So this is how I'd rank it. Season 1 is highest, then season 3, then season 2. And then my parents and I watched season 1, and we started season 2 together. So that's why I say I've kind of watched it twice. Then I watched Stranger Things season 4. We binge watched it all in one day, like we do every year, me and my parents. And really good. Best season of Stranger Things yet by far. I really, really liked it so much, in fact, that like days later, I rewatched the entire thing again. And so if that's any indication of how much I liked it, then there's that. Honestly, I feel like it could serve as a standalone, especially since most of Stranger Things is like kind of common knowledge now, so you can kind of figure out what's going on just based off of like what you already know. So I feel like if you want to get into Stranger Things but you feel like there's too much of it, I feel like you could honestly just watch season 4 and you would be fine. Like, I think it works as a standalone. Obviously, you won't have the same impact in certain scenes as you would if you'd seen other seasons, but I think overall, like, you don't really need to watch other seasons. And I can't wait for part 2 of it to come out, the last 2 episodes of the season. I have very high hopes, and there are a few things that I need to happen in order for everything in season 4 to be tied up and for it to, just stay this like beacon of like incredible filmmaking in my mind. And but that list contains spoilers. So if you don't want to see that list, then I click off the video now because this is the last thing. So thanks for watching. And if you do want to see that list, I'm going to put it on the screen right here, right now. And I'll leave that there for everyone to read. Have you read it yet? Okay, I feel like that's enough time. And so thank you guys so much for watching. Next month, I will be back with my June list. And I'll be doing this every month until I've done the entire year. So thank you guys, and goodbye.